who are already involved in peace and justice issues in a variety of ways and have previously received a peace poll from us. This morning, Phyllis said that young people are doing things in a different way, and maybe we need to go to them and not expect them to come to us. So today, this afternoon, is a perfect example of that. Right behind me, next to me, is standing my grandson, so he had no choice. He is our teenage high school representative for the day, and he'll be talking to you in a few more minutes. So we'll begin as usual, and I'm hoping that Ron has a few more words to tell us about his dad, Fred, and his family. Every year he comes. Thank you for fulfilling his mission and keeping it going. And if Ron Benjamin can come up for just a few minutes and talk to you.
Thank you. Don't want to say too much as I think as most of you have heard in years past, my father came up with the idea of a peace essay contest, basically because he looked at the organizations and the people that he was working with and saw nothing but gray hair in the case of the Benjamin males, no hair at all. And he wanted to try and get younger people involved in the peace movement. I was quite pleased today to find our friends from Detroit here. And also I spent the first two sessions with Little Friends for Peace, and it's amazing to hear the stories of how they're getting young people and actually people of all ages involved in peace. I think, while we have a long way to go, that Dad's vision is on its way, and I have nothing to do but to thank the people in this room for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. And stay real close, because, you can sit down, but I will call you up again later. So, the teens aren't here necessarily, but they're doing the work for peace, as you heard this morning, as you just heard Ron say, through organizations like Little Friends for Peace, and through their schools. And we're going to tell you some about it and show you some about it today. Last year, I met a man who works for Prince George's County, Richard Moody. He is the supervisor of student affairs, safe and drug-free schools in the county. And I was amazed, as much as I'm involved with peace, to not have learned until last year that every year he distributes a large packet called a peace packet to every school in the county. So we met each other, we got together, we had a meeting, MJ was at that meeting as well, and he agreed to find us a school in Prince George's County every year to be awarded the Peace Pole for what they were doing. Last year, he found Ladensburg High School, and you're going to hear a little bit more about that in a minute. But this year, he found Duval High School. And the reason that we're going to award a Peace Pole to Duval this year is because they have an outstanding peer mediation program. And I'd like to just read to you the mission statement. Peer mediation is both a program and a process designed to help Duval students find constructive and proactive ways to resolve conflicts. With the help of trained peer mediators, students can learn to face problems directly, to express their feelings non-aggressively about each other, to resolve their conflicts in a safe and private environment, and to develop skills in problem solving. Again, unfortunately, this is a very busy weekend, and with things going on in Baltimore that no one expected, and the fact that it's a distance for these students to come, they weren't able to be here. But we will award a Peace Pole to that school. And 2 years ago, we awarded one to Parkdale High School, and they have their Peace Pole standing in front of the main office in the school, so that every day the students can see it and talk about it. And last year, we awarded a pole to Bladensburg High School. So we're going to continue with that now. It's almost your turn, Brandon. He's really excited. Last year, he's a teenager, what can I say? Last year, as I said, we awarded a Peace Pole to Bladensburg High School, also in Prince George's County. The students had written essays about peace. In following up very recently, I learned that this year, the students have gone from writing about peace to working on an important peace and justice issue. They have formed a health policy council, and they're working to change the culture of the school's health and wellness. They're working under the guidance of Reverend Gail Addison and their teachers to impact health in the Port Town communities of Bladensburg, Colmer Manor, Cottage City, and Edmonston, all inside the Beltway. The Washington Post and the Prince George's Gazette have showcased these efforts in articles titled, Bladensburg Students Form Health Policy Council, At High School, Pit Stops Add 21,000 Calories in 2 hours. They had some students standing by the machines, the snack machines, and they noted how many things other kids bought, and they calculated the number of calories that were being eaten up in 2 hours. And the third article is Prince George's Farm Camp helps students grow healthy eating habits. Since the idea to include Blade again this year came to me only last week, the teacher, Joseph Housey, who was here last year, wasn't able to make it. So in his place, I have brought my grandson. Where are you? Don't try to get away. You need to come home with me. No. Brandon is a sophomore at Bladensburg, and he's involved in the culinary arts program there. So we would like him to tell you a little bit about what he does and what he has seen in terms of this peace and justice issue that the students are participating in. Brandon?
Well, my name is Brandon, and I go to Bladensburg High School, and I'm in this program that involves culinary cooking class, let's put it that way. And for the past a month, I've been doing cooking. Last time we made muffins. Yes, I ate them all. And I'm taking this course for after school. It's been like it's going on for 6 weeks, and this Wednesday is my last week. It was like a 6-week whole program, and we've been doing health stuff. You see it will help me out.
Speak up, Joyce.
We've been doing health, like last time we made pizza, and we changed the instead of using dough, we use pita bread, which is like wheat pita bread, which is healthier. And last time we made pancakes, and instead of using regular pancake mix, we use wheat pancake mix, but we put a little bit of bananas in and mixed it together. So, yep. And another thing is, I've been doing Peace Camp for like 3 months. Is it 3 months or 5 months?
A lot of years.
We've been doing it for 5 years, but like different segments out of it.
Okay, 5 years.
And he was also in Peace Club, and wow.
Yeah.
You're letting your light shine, boy.
Yeah. And basically, I feel like I have 2 grandmas right now.
Is that a good thing or not a good thing?
I don't know which one to pick.
That's something you can't teach. That's something you can teach, it's innate. Thank you, honey, you can go sit down if you like. So just to fill in a couple of things, there's a culinary arts program that the students get a certificate for, so he's in that, and has been getting, at one progress report, he came home with a 100 in culinary arts. I don't know, I've never known anybody to get 100 on a report card in anything. The program, the after-school program Brandon was telling you about, is being given by the University of Maryland Extension Program just to students at Bladensburg because they're involved in this health policy council. And that's a 6-week program. And in addition, the one portion he didn't tell you about was that there's a farm very close to the school, an urban area farm, where they're teaching the kids how to grow, I think it's called seed to grow, something like that, how to grow food, how to cook it, in a healthy way. And they have a 6-week summer program. So we're starting to do some research and trying to get Brandon into that program this summer. He may miss Peace Camp for that.
Oh, no.
So anyway, because Bladensburg has taken our award a step further, we will probably give them something this year. We haven't quite decided on what. Finally, last year, we also awarded a Peace Pole to the Gandhi Brigade, if you recall, from Montgomery County. We're going to get ready for that, Angela. We met Richard Gagey, who started and directed the brigade, and some of the students. Unfortunately, shortly after the conference, we were saddened to learn that Richard had suddenly died. The group is continuing, and Mr. Evan Glass is the new permanent director. In honor of Richard and his work, we'd like to show you a brief video of the Gandhi Brigade group.
You need the lights out?
Yeah, it's just 3 minutes. We can shut the lights. We're hoping you can all see and hear, but know that if you have trouble seeing, you can come up closer because of the lights coming in from the windows. And if you have trouble hearing, the speakers are on the windows. You can move over there. It's only 3 minutes, so it's not going to be for very long. You need the mic.
Maybe a little louder? find ways to work around it and give people the support they need when they need it.
We've learned more about ourselves through our values, what we care about, what's important to us. I've learned that one of my biggest values is pride, family, and religion, my two biggest ones, because those are the two that I need. And that would help me and guide me through my life.
Knowledge. With knowledge, you can achieve things and do what you want in the future.
That I learned was like knowing how capable you are of your team.
You can find that video. Oh, sorry. You can find the video at thegantibrigade.org. This is
Get the light stack on. Here's
the address is up there. So, in the last couple of years, we've given quite a few peace polls to Prince George's County, mainly because that's where I live and that's where I know people. But we'd like to challenge everybody out there in the audience to contact a school in their area. I can act as an advisor and let you know how we've been doing it in the past, because we're going to just keep doing Prince George's County, and we want it to be more throughout the state. So if you have a school in your area, you know somebody who teaches there, or you have a child or know of a child who goes there, we can make that personal connection, which is what it takes. Okay, Ron, it's time for you again. First of all, I just happened to buy 2 peace poles this year, and we're just happening to award just one. So what we would like to do is to award the second one to you and Peter, to do with as you would wish. You may keep it, you may give it away, you may do whatever you want with it. Just make sure people get to see it. Is that okay?
That's perfect.
Okay. We practice that. And finally, there are 2 of these, one for you and one for Peter. I'm going to read it. To Ron and Peter Benjamin, from the Maryland United for Peace and Justice 2015 Annual Conference Peace Awards Program. I was telling the committee at our last meeting, it's so hard to decide what to give Ron, because every year we give him something, so it always has to be something new and different. I think I've come up with, in addition to the peace poll, I think I've come up with something good. Mary Ann Williamson, one of the greatest spiritual leaders of our time, has said, quote, Susan B. Anthony had been dead for 25 years before women won the right to vote. But every time a woman steps into a voting booth, her soul dances. We of Maryland United for Peace and Justice feel certain that every time we award a group of students a peace pole and hear about what they do for peace, your dad, Fred Benjamin's soul dances.
I have no doubt that's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Can you show us the
The thing?
yeah.
There are two of them. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Ross.
Okay, now we're moving on to our second featured speaker, but before I do that, I want to ask each of you, before you leave, take some food with you, please. And I also want to mention that we are honoring 4 beloved activists who we lost in the past year. And I have written a little, I put together a little, I guess, eulogy or whatever you want to say, on the clipboard, whatever, my mind is going, as you come down the stairs in loving memory of Vivian Shub, a wonderful woman, activist and actress, June Wing, Howard Ehrlich, and Catherine Levesque, who was a personal friend of mine. If you'd like a copy, I can email it to you. Otherwise, just take a look as you go and learn about these wonderful people, and we will miss them, but they'll live in our hearts forever. And next, dedication to, oh, Freddie Gray.
Oh, I wrote a little something. I'd be glad to read as soon as I find it.
While Martin is getting organized.